I'm Justin, and I can't dunk a basketball. Are you a basketball player that can't dunk? Then you might like this channel. Before we get started, I'm going to have all of the sections of this video visible for you to scrub through so you can skip to the parts that you want to see. If you guys want to follow this dunk journey, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on your notifications. Y'all should know what to do by now. I'm Justin, and I still like to play pickup basketball. I'm 26 years old, and I'm getting slow and old. I used to play in high school. I was a bench warmer, and I didn't get any good at playing until after I graduated. Wonderful. If you're between the heights of 5'9" to 6'1", you can grab rim all you want all day, but you can't actually put the ball in the rim, then we can relate. Look, for most of my basketball career, I haven't been able to dunk. And when I did, it usually was kind of sad and a little off. Didn't feel cool or good. If anything, it was just kind of like a struggle. You know, the kind where somebody says, yeah, that counts. Always had people telling me that I could jump high enough or better, but just couldn't seem to get that last little bit to go in the basket. I haven't gotten worse at jumping since 2015, but I haven't gotten any better. Granted, now I only play pickup once or twice a week. My workout routine is not basketball related anymore and hasn't been for literal years. Life outside of basketball has started to catch up to me. I'm 26 years old. I have a girlfriend that lives with me. I have a career that I've been working on for the last 6 years. It all adds up to not being the hooper that you used to be, which is why I'm doing this whole thing entirely in the first place. I am decreasing in all forms of mobility and athleticism, and I really want to try for that last little hoorah before things get really, really bad. You know, those guys that are always at the gym when they're 30 years old, still putting up hoops, that got 3 kids at home, a full-time job, and yet somehow are still going to the gym constantly. They're not very good, and they're always super aggressive, especially on defense. It's dude, you have a whole family at home. Please go hang out with them. Don't be trying to bump up on me and throw an elbow. That's how it feels like when you start getting there. You don't want to give it up, and I'm not ready to give up. At least that's what I tell myself, and I think that's what every hooper tells themselves, is that they'll give it up when it's time. No, they won't. They never will. We never do. A big reason why this is even going to be a thing for me is because I have always been injury prone, and I never felt like I actually hit my peak athleticism. Ever since I was in high school, junior year, I have struggled with many injuries. We're talking foot injuries, knee injuries, hip injuries, shoulder, elbow, you name it, I had it. I even threw my neck out 3 times this year. Sprained ankles, runner's knee, all of it, had all of it. And every time it's taken me out from actually reaching where I want to. Almost every time. It was always just enough for me to lose track or go off the rails, you know, from my training. So how do we remedy this accident pronation that I seem to have for myself? Well, we're going to be following a vertical jump program, and one that I've personally had to select for myself. I have used vertical jump programs in the past, all with varying degrees and varying successes. Some that have caused injuries, some that didn't do anything at all, others that really were okay, but then I had to fall off of them for various reasons. Some have even tried to sell the big secret that would only just lead to injuries, or it was something that everybody already knew or had visible free access to, and it really didn't make that much of a difference. And it's mad annoying because they're expensive and time consuming, and if somebody promises you something and you don't get those results that you were desperately wanting forever, especially dunking, which is hyper specific, it really bums you out. It really doesn't make you feel good about yourself. It really thinks that you're letting your own body down. That being said, I'm still an amateur and I still need some guidance to be able to get me to where I want to go. And there were a couple programs that I had in mind. I had narrowed them all down to a slight few, and I think the one that we're going to go for this time around is the Vert Code Elite. This dunk journey will also go as a review for the PGAF Performance Program, Vert Code Elite. But seeing as how much Coach Paul Fabritz is willing to put out into the internet for free, I've decided that using his program will be best for rehabilitating my joints, helping me with stability, and actually getting me high enough to where I'm able to dunk the way that I want to dunk. And I don't mean just like a regular like lob dunk. Like, this whole journey is not to just be able to standard struggle dunk. We're talking good size, decent throwdown, possibly could do it in game. It doesn't count if I have to throw a lob, and it doesn't count if it looks like it's supposed to count. Nothing irks me more than when people are like, oh, that counts. Oh, that counted. No, if you have to say that, it doesn't count. That's the whole goal. Okay, let's get into my stats and see where I am currently. The main problem that I see with vertical jump testing is usually that they have that one giant vertical reach tester, and those things cost way too much money. So instead, we'll be using the guesstimation of where my hand is versus the tattoos that I have, and the guesstimation of the rim being 10 foot. Other than that, it's not going to be in a magnificent read. It's just to be how high am I jumping comparison to 10 foot. Okay, so as of now, I'm 26 years old. I'm 6 foot with a standing reach of 90.5 inches or 7'6" roughly. And I weigh about 165 pounds. Never want to do jumps cold because they won't be as accurate or as accurate as they should be on a regular basis. So we'll do a half thrown together warm up and we'll get right into it. Do a couple layups from different distances. As we were recording all of my jump attempts, we ran into a couple snags. First, apparently there are no gyms in my area that are open at a certain time because of intramurals, or the church ball was filled or something like that, I don't know. But just rims happened to be broken, things were really working out. The gym was super busy, so it was really awkward. I didn't feel like I was in my element at all. Nothing ever spoke to me that I was actually jumping anywhere near as high as I usually jump. So the entire time I was there, I just felt very depressed and kind of sad. And it didn't feel like I was jumping as I usually do, even around this age and this time.
I just feel tired, bro. I'm tired, it feels awkward being here. Nothing feels good.
Actually, I was so upset after the dunking attempts that I didn't even record them, and we ended up going to Olive Garden because I was sad. The point isn't to just dunk. The point is to be able to dunk solidly. We want to be able to do it whenever we want, right? We want to be able to do it off of 1 foot or 2 foot, whichever comes first and whichever is done cleanly. Like, if you're anything like me, you're tired of layups. You want a dunk. You want to dunk in game. You're always sitting at the rim. You got a really nice finger roll. It's not enough anymore. That's the whole point of this journey. All right, guys, that's it for today. I will be starting phase 1 of the PGAF Performance Program, Vert Code Elite, and I'll be able to give you guys an update within a month or so.